Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Pollock. I hope you are all doing well and staying safe during this crazy time. I want to say thank you to each of you for your appointed office interview videos that you've submitted. We have never done anything like that before, so thank you so much for participating in that. And I can say on behalf of our entire panel, we really loved getting to know each of you better and seeing just how passionate and spirited you are about our wonderful school. So thank you so much for that. The reason we are putting this video together is that we did not get to meet a couple weeks ago for our appointed office candidate meeting, and we want to share with you now what would have been discussed at that meeting. So myself and the rest of the panel will each share a few thoughts with you. So first of all, the expectations that we have of ASB members is that you are really focused on the general well-being of all the students of Peninsula High School, and that you are really focused on the overall spirit of our school. We have had the most success with ASB members who are rather selfless and you'll put the needs of others before your own needs. The times that we have not had as great of success with ASB members is when an ASB member is more in it for him or herself, and they care about the title that they have or the attention that they get, or they care about putting this on their resume. Those times end up being rather miserable for both the ASB person and the rest of ASB. So we are really looking for selfless people that genuinely and passionately care about how everyone else is doing and how we can help every member of the Peninsula community feel at home. So we need a strong commitment of focus on spirit, and we also need a lot of a really great work ethic from our ASB members. During our busiest time, which is homecoming, we usually have ASB members working at least 10 hours a week on decorations and planning. And then the rest of the year, we expect ASB members to be helping with the planning, the organization, the facilitation, and the cleanup of all ASB events. And then we expect ASB members to be present every day at fourth period, which is when we meet every day, obviously. And ASB is really participation based, so we take attendance very seriously because we can't have you helping us if you are not there. So also, if you are appointed this year, we will expect for you to work at baccalaureate and graduation. We are very hopeful that both of those events still happen this year. We are definitely keeping our fingers crossed with that. And you will also be expected to, if you are in town, attend a few summer meetings over the summer with the rest of the ASB members. So I'm going to pass it off now to the rest of the panel and they'll give you some more details. Thanks.
So to reiterate what Mrs. Pollock said, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to every single one of you for all the effort you guys put in the videos, in the supplements, in the written applications too. It was so cool to see your individualism and to see who you are and how passionate you are about this school and how Penn has become like a home for some of you. And it was also really funny to read some of the essays and the experiences that you guys have had here. So thank you for making that a good experience for us and for showing us who you are and how much initiative you're going to have next year as an ASB member if you're appointed. So thank you. To give you guys the statistics, there's 89 people applying for 25 positions, which means approximately 22% of you will be accepted. That means that 64 of you will not end up getting to be a part of ASB next year. And honestly, that sucks. It really does, because as Megan is going to talk about later, each of you is such an amazing applicant, and you're all such amazing leaders on campus. And Mrs. Pollock and all of us were talking, and we were just saying how we hope that you guys continue to upkeep the spirit and the love that you have for the school, even if you're not appointed. Because you can have such an amazing high school experience if you're not a part of ASB. You don't have to be in this group to make this place a home and to make it special for you. So we encourage you to keep participating in events, keep making this place a home for you.
We can already tell that each of you are incredibly qualified and exceptional. We wish we could appoint every single candidate. The things that you have all done for this community are amazing, and we love seeing the passion that you have for Peninsula. As a prospective member, you should know that being on ASB is not about the title or anything like that. It is about giving back to the place that we all love. As an ASB member, you will put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making things happen, and most of the time, you won't receive any kind of credit. But any member of ASB should know that receiving recognition is not something that we need. That this is not about us, but about what we can do for the student population to make sure that they have the best high school experience possible.
I hope you guys are all doing okay. I know these past couple of weeks have been super stressful and confusing, but I know we can all get through this together. I just wanted to say hello and talk about a few things. Starting off with all decisions made for next year's ASB, they are a full panel decision, meaning that there is not one single person making the decision or the final call. We take the input of all 7 members of panel into consideration. So the 7 members on panel this year are Troy Simpkins, our outgoing Boys Commissioner of Athletics, Gian So, our outgoing ASB Treasurer, Caleb Chang, our incoming Boys Commissioner of Athletics, Sabrina Tang, our outgoing ASB Vice President, myself, Sydney Choi, our outgoing ASB President, Megan Huang, our incoming ASB Vice President, and Tilly Savavian, our incoming ASB President. To put things into perspective, we've had ASB presidents who do not appoint their boyfriends onto ASB because the panel voted no, or because the candidate's attendance was a little bit low and teacher feedbacks were not entirely positive. We've had ASB vice presidents who didn't appoint their childhood best friends on for the same reasons. If you are not appointed, please do not let that disappointment negatively affect your relationships or friendships with the people on panel. I can assure you it is not worth it. Again, I hope you guys are all doing okay, and I hope to see you all soon.
So much more goes into each of these decisions than you might think. For example, we take teacher recommendations, which are completely confidential. All the teachers at Peninsula are given a list of the students who are applying to ASB and Link Crew, and they pretty much give feedback to Ms. Pollock and Ms. Dibble on the students that they have had in the past. Sometimes we don't appoint students onto ASB because their feedback is considered mediocre or not strong enough. We also take attendance into account. We can't have students on ASB who often miss school because ASB is a class that is entirely based on participation and being present.
And the demographic is also something that is of importance to us. So some years we end up appointing a higher number of seniors and juniors, and in other years it's a higher number of juniors and seniors. It all just really depends how it pans out. With that being said, we also take into account the number of boys and girls. We want to have like a somewhat equal number in gender, but this could be like a little difficult sometimes due to the appointed officers, and there's already a higher number of boys or a higher number of girls.
We also reserve the right to place appointed office candidates into positions they didn't apply for. With the experience that we have on ASB, we feel confident that we have a good sense of which positions people are best suited for. If you're not appointed, please do not take it personally. This is not a reflect of how you are as a person, but is simply about if ASB is the right fit for you. If you're an underclassman, please consider reapplying next year. Just because you didn't get in this year doesn't mean you won't get in next year, so definitely take advantage of this. If you're a returning member, this does not mean you are automatically guaranteed a spot back in for next year. Everyone applying has an equal opportunity.
When the time comes, we'll let you know if we need a second round of interviews. We hope to have the results of this entire process in by the time we get back to school, which is as of now April 20th, but we'll keep you posted with emails if that date changes. And once again, we just want to thank you all for coming out and trying, and you guys all did great. Thank you for sticking through us through this difficult process. Good luck, Panthers.